grasp of the offense increases and I get more comfortable with it. I think that also helps to be more at ease in the pocket because you know where your answers are. If 1 or 2 isn't there, you know exactly where your back is, or you know where 3 is, and I think that just comes with reps. That first team and second team stuff does make a significant difference because there are some fronts out there, the ones that I'm definitely going to have to ask Jerry, break all those down. But it's on film now, and I'll try to learn them and master them, and so if I ever see him again, I'll knock him down. You're going to hate my answer, but my goal is to play better than last week, and I think I did that to a small degree, but to a degree. The competitions, that's his thing, so questions you ask with him or go back and forth between you guys, but for me, I'm just trying to handle my business and try and make next week better than this week.
This is the Big O Show.
Yes, it is.
This is the Big O Show.
Welcome aboard. Yes, sir. We are ready to rock and roll for the next couple of hours here on the program. We got a lot of things to talk about. Hope you guys are doing well. We're coming to you live from Choice Mortgage Bank. Of course, Michael Kodsey and the great people at Choice Mortgage Bank have been proud sponsors of our show for a long, long time. And so we bring the podcast. We are on the road on a consistent basis, setting this beautiful stuff up every single time. So we'll be rocking and rolling today for the next 2 hours. Remember, if you want to get in on the show at any time, you got a question, you got a comment, you got an insult, whatever it is, you want to pick on me, you want to pick on Bill, you want to pick on Carlos, 561-441-2730. Yeah, why not? You know, let's just give them an opportunity to pick on all of you out there. So 561-441-2730. Chandel is asking me, where's your chicken sandwich? So I have yet to try the. Oh, I see. Oh, because he sees the Chick-fil-A. Oh, yeah. We ate them already. Yeah. They're gone, baby. They're gone. We ate the chicken sandwich already.
They got scarfed with the quickness.
Yes, they did. Yeah, you get those. I tell you, Chick-fil-A, I don't know what you do to those chicken sandwiches, but I want to say there is a really bad movie, okay? One of the worst movies of all time. It's like right after Ishtar. It was called Halloween 3, okay? And Halloween 3 had this little 8 more days for Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
Season of the Witch.
Right, Season of the Witch. And so what I do remember in it, right, it used to like you would put on the mask or whatever. Yeah, the mask had like some thing that was tied to the mask, and then the TV sent some signal that would then mesmerize your ass, and then you would go out and, I don't know, kill people or do something. I don't know what it was, right?
You'd fall to the floor, and roaches and snakes and stuff would come out of your... it was a piece of the rock from Stonehenge.
Okay.
And it had
you got to raise yours a little bit.
It had a chip, and it
there we go.
Sent off the signal from the TV,
yes.
Censored it, and boom, away you went.
Yeah, you got to raise his too. His got to be raised off. There we go. How was that?
It was a jack-o'-lantern mask.
There we go. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think
there was a jack-o'-lantern, the witch, and a skull.
Yeah. That's right.
Three.
Yeah. Okay, we're delving way too much.
I actually just saw it like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
It's one of those bad movies that you stay watching it for a while, and you're like, why am I?
No. It is totally right up there with the Beastmaster.
It's terrible.
Like 3 in the morning, USA, the Beastmaster. I was like, yeah, I gotta watch this now.
All right, so there's no doubt in my mind that Chick-fil-A is doing the same thing they did in that movie. They put something in that damn chicken, right? That it's a drug. I'm telling you, you become an addict because once you have that damn chicken, it's so tasty. It's so good. Wow.
They had made so much money on Halloween 2 that they were going to continue the series, but they weren't going to continue it with Michael Myers because clearly he died.
Right, no, this had nothing to do with Halloween.
And so they were going to create Halloween films. So every Halloween film was going to be a different theme. And so that's why that was Season of the Witch. But because that tanked so colossally hard,
so bad.
when they brought back the franchise, it's like, no, Michael's alive the whole time. He was recuperating in the hospital
always
all the time.
alive. He's always alive. He never dies. You can light him on fire. You can crush him with a car. Doesn't matter. He's always going to come back, dude. It's just the way it is.
The other thing that was weird about that movie, like John Carpenter.
Can you raise your thing up and leave it? There we go.
John Carpenter has his usual little cast of characters. You know,
yeah. They were trying to cash in because it's John Carpenter. He's not going to make a bad movie,
right?
But it's got nothing to do with Halloween, so everybody.
And it only had like a couple, like the main character, that guy. He's one of the John Carpenter regulars.
Right.
Even the Fog, he was in the Fog.
Yeah. With Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes.
Who was in the Halloween movies. So
and the girl.
And they couldn't pay Jamie Lee at that point because she was making mad money by then.
Right.
And so she wasn't going to come back. They had to like completely change the storyline, and so like that was going to be Season of the Witch, and then they were going to do another one that was going to be vampires, and then another one that was going to be like each Halloween theme was going to be like a different movie. But because that one totally died,
the epic fail
that it was, they had to find a way to get it back to Michael Myers again, and that's why it just became a Michael Myers thing. So it's like a blip in the radar in the series.
So now you know you have way too much information about Halloween 3. And I almost regret mentioning that, by the way.
Hey,
that song was stuck in your head. Happy, happy Halloween.
Have you jumped over to the Popeyes chicken sandwich?
I have not.
This thing supposedly is the bomb.
Right.
And they're not even available.
You tried it?
Yeah, it's all right.
So it's overrated?
It's okay. It's a chicken sandwich.
You're the first one I've heard that hasn't given it total.
No. It's as far as that battering is concerned, the way that they batter that particular chicken like that, it's not better than the Publix chicken tenders because they're both done the same way. So taste-wise, it's an actual big piece of chicken. Mm-hmm. It's a big breast, and it's larger than a normal Chick-fil-A sandwich, but it doesn't taste better than Chick-fil-A sandwich. Not even close.
Right.
There was this kid in Tennessee. The lines were like 25, 30 minutes.
Everywhere.
And the kid got smart, and he started signing up people to register to vote. And he was on Don Lemon the other night. The kid's 17 years old, can't even vote himself, but he's over there. It was like, how are we going to do this? And look at the line over at Popeyes. And like that.
Joe Castello and I were actually going to go in there and buy like 20 of them and just like walk outside. It's like $5.
Well, something's going on with your mic. It's going like the connection.
Rickety.
But what's it called? That happened already. Two guys bought 100, bought out all the chicken sandwiches. And then they wanted to then sell it to the people that were in line.
Totally would have done that.
And then the people then said, F you, because they were trying to gouge them and sell the sandwich for double. So then they ended up walking the streets trying to sell it, and they couldn't sell it because, think about it, you're a stranger walks up to you and says, hey, you want to buy
my sandwich?
no, but you're not going to buy a sandwich from a stranger, dude. You have no idea.
You know what? This sounds like Elmo's. Remember people going and buying all the Elmos so nobody could get them for Christmas time?
Yeah. And I've had...
but that's a collector's something. Like, that'll be worth something like in about like a few years or so. That chicken sandwich goes in and out of you. It's done with it. You can't preserve it.
And it's been years now that I've been doing radio. I've eaten food that listeners have brought. Nowadays, I don't know if you should do that ever again. Nowadays, people bring. Did you see the guy, the Uber driver, that they caught on camera? He was.
They were upcharging the Ubers. The Ubers was like 5% tax on each one of them. So if you bought anything from Popeyes, it was a normal price. But if you bought that chicken sandwich, it got jacked up in price.
Well, listen to this. So they caught this Uber driver while he was dropping off food and a smoothie. And he was drinking the smoothie and then putting the cap back, and
there was supposedly a thing that came out like 2-3 weeks ago. Question that if you have your food delivered by any of those services, there's like a 60% chance that they've eaten some of your food.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That's just, they got to find a way of where it's sealed, and you can't break. If you break the seal, it's because you're opening the food.
There are what I want them to do instead is like, you know how you can, like on Lyft, you can pick your driver.
Yeah.
Like on Uber Eats, you should be able to pick your guy, because there are certain guys that do that. There are certain guys that have a case and they pack it in the case and they close it up, and then when they come to you, like they open up the case and they take everything out so that it doesn't mess up their car, and also the heat and everything stays within the food in and of itself. They're being proper delivery men.
Right.
I would like the ability to keep going, oh, Bob's out there today. Hey, Bob, go get me this.
Right.
And then, and Bob goes out and gets you, like, whatever it is that you want to buy that day.
That light, by the way, is working really good. Nice job by you. Getting that lighting fixed. I like it. I like it. I like it. Anyway, we are ready to rock and roll here. We got the Dolphins visiting the Saints tonight, 8 o'clock. I'll have the DVR going. I'll watch it when I get, because tonight I'm going to go to a concert. Tonight I got to go.
You? Really?
Yeah, but I haven't been to one in a while, dude. It's been like a week and a half or something like that. So B-52s tonight, Berlin, OMD, Broward Center. Huh?
It's game 4.
I know.
Get out of here. Like, what are you going to watch? Like the one guy that's going to make the practice squad?
But no, I want to watch Rosen, dude.
Unless somebody gets lit up like a Christmas tree.
No,
or
but
something?
I actually am looking forward to the first half just because of Josh Rosen. Yeah, no, because of Josh Rosen.
This is probably the most significant Game 4 preseason in a decade, 2 decades.
Yeah, this is the most important Game 4 we've ever had, period, because the starting quarterback is playing in the first half. So it's the reason why to watch that first half, at least. So when I get
he's
home,
got it. It's his now? He's got it.
No, but when he is a starter eventually.
Right.
I mean, Fitzpatrick is a game. He's warming up the seat, and we don't know how long he's going to warm up the seat. If he warms up the seat, I don't even know. Maybe they even start the kid. If the kid balls out tonight, it makes it even harder for them to make this decision.
Has Ryan Fitzpatrick become the new Steve DeBerg? He's just there to hold the throne until the guy's ready to take the throne?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
That's a great analogy.
Oh, it's true. I mean, that's basically it. So for me, I actually like this. I want to watch. Now, I'm not going to watch it live. That's fine. I don't have to deal with the commercials.
Berlin and B-52 and OMD take precedence.
And all the screw-ups in the broadcast booth and everything else. So, it's fine with me that I get to skip all that stuff. That's the good thing, is that I get home from a great freaking concert, and then I'll get to sit down and, watch the game, watch the first half in minutes, and then I'm done. I don't have to worry about it. I'll probably watch the second half because I'm a loser, but, neither here nor there. Tomorrow, by the way, we're at Hialeah Park. So as you can see today on the screen, we are live here at Choice Mortgage Bank. And give Michael Kodsi a ring at 561-441-2730. They can get you into fixed mortgage rates now under 3%. Okay? 3%. Hey, support our sponsors so we can support this and keep this going, because this is the only radio show in town where you're going to get brutal honesty on the Dolphins on a consistent basis, brutal honesty on the Canes, the Heat, the Marlins, the Panthers, Inter Miami, all that stuff right here. So support us and our sponsors, and you are supporting the hell out of us, by the way. Thank you very much, okay? Because the views, the downloads have been just absolutely phenomenal. But going back to this game tonight, I'm looking forward to it. I want to see how Rosen handles all of this. I know that in the big picture there isn't a lot on the line. I get that. But for Rosen, I'm excited about it. What if this is the guy that the Dolphins are going to have for the next 10 years? What if this is the guy that you can build on? You know what I mean? By the way, put on the headsets because there's a little buzz that I don't know where it's coming from, that buzz, but check it out. So, yeah, give him yours, Bill, so he can check it out. But anyway, just one of those deals where, I look at what's going on with the team, and you're talking about a player that, if this is your franchise guy, this is another moment of growth for him. You know what I'm saying? And so to me, that's the important part about all of this, is that you get this guy some playing time. And then here's the fun part. Not for us. Well, kind of for us, not for the coaches. They're already a little they've already suffered a setback in their eyes, because they thought for sure that Ryan Fitzpatrick was going to outright win the job, outright outplay him, all that stuff, and that hasn't happened. Yeah, in training camp and all that stuff, but once the preseason games started, Josh Rosen got better and better and better and better. Meanwhile, Ryan Fitzpatrick has done nothing whatsoever. He's looked terrible, actually. But you don't hear anything? Here you go. Anyway, so
yeah, that last game that was horrible.
Yeah,
like, bad. That's why he came out in the second half.
He's been
bad.
First. He's been bad the entire time. Oh, okay. So it's the headsets. Oh, okay. Because I keep hearing a buzz, so it kind of bothers
that could just
you
be
when you
your
hear the
concert ears, man.
No, it's not actually. Could be the cable. I'm gonna have to switch the cable or something because it was giving me a little hum. And I don't have anybody here to give me a hummer. So that's coming from somewhere else, actually. So with Rosen, that's one of the things that I look forward to tonight. I mean, there isn't a lot. Preston Williams, will he show up tonight? He's kind of been quiet now the last couple of weeks. And so he kind of needs to – he's already locked a position on this team. He already has a skill set that you don't see on this team at all. Nobody else has that skill set. And Devontae Parker's already banged up again. You know what I mean? What a shame. The Devontae Parker story is incredibly frustrating. It just is absolutely brutal, man. And so it's one of those deals where you see all the talent with Devontae, and yet he can't figure it out. He can't actually become the receiver you need him to be. And when you see Preston Williams, you see a guy with the skill set that Devontae Parker is supposed to have, that Devontae Parker is supposed to deliver on a down in and down out basis. That guy has been such a disappointment, and I was a big-time fan of Devontae Parker, but you got to call it like you see it, and right now, I mean, it's terrible.
With all the ups, with all the ups, like wow, what a play, but the downs and not even being able to get on the field.
So
Let me
outweigh
ask you: do you not get the feeling that the minute we release this guy, get rid of this guy, whatever it is, he leaves us, wherever else he goes to the next place, that's when he's going to blow up? The odds. I mean,
so all of a sudden he's going to figure out his body. That's what it would take. It would
be our luck. It would be our luck.
That's what it would take, is that he would have to figure out his body, and I don't know if he's ever going to do that. Maybe his body isn't made for this. Just like Yateel Green. Sometimes most of us could not play this game because most of us could not stay healthy playing a game of football. Most of us would be injury prone. Most of us would break down. It takes a certain freak to be able to handle that kind of pounding that those guys take. I mean, think about this. Look how big and strong Gronk is. And watch him a couple days ago break down in front of you, cry emotionally because of he's remembering. He's not in the pain that he was, and he's remembering the pain he was in. He's remembering the frustrations that the game has put him through. He's remembering the nightmare that it is, night in and night out, sleeping 20 minutes a night and just writhing in pain after winning the Super Bowl. And all of that made him emotional. Then you look at Andrew Luck, big, tough dude. And that dude, again, just broken down and worn down from 4 straight years of injury and rehab and all that stuff. And it's a vicious cycle. And there's a reason why they end up addicts, because they got to deal with the pain medicine. There's a reason why they end up with dementia and Alzheimer's and all that, because of the pounding and the collisions that they take. I mean, they're in car crashes. I don't know how many. I forgot the article that I read. I don't know what the average number is, but you would be amazed at how many car crashes they're involved in per game basis, especially linemen and running backs and linebackers. Oh, my Lord. They are constantly involved in car crashes. And so this is why it just tears you down. And so most bodies cannot handle this, because the only guy that's had the balls to say it was Doug Watley. I don't even think he's still the GM anymore of the Bills. I think he's gone. But Watley was the one that said, hey, and he admitted it. He said, This game wasn't made for the human body, because it's not. And over the decades, all these guys have done is grow bigger, stronger, and faster, which becomes even more freakish. I mean, Larry Little in today's world could never play guard at his height. Now, I mean, at his size, that's not to say that in today's world he would be a 300-pounder probably. He would be covering, because he would have the nutrition and the training and all that. So he would be. But at that time when he's running around 250, 260, he would not last 2 minutes on a football field. He'd get trucked and run over. Why? Because the demand now, the strength of these guys, it's crazy.
The size also applies to college. He couldn't even play the offensive line in college.
Yeah, no. He'd struggle for college. But like most of these guys, unless you're Jim Brown, those kind of guys that were built for any era. It doesn't matter what it is. Wilt Chamberlain can play in any era because of who he is, When you're one of those physical freaks, that's a whole different ballgame. Steffi Graf probably could, no problem play in this tennis. You know what I mean? Chrissy Everett would, maybe struggle a little bit more. Maybe she wouldn't be as successful as she was in her career. You know what I'm saying?
Chris Everett is one of the big booms that occurred in tennis, especially within like the last 10, 15 years, is when the Williams sisters came in, and then Capriati had that resurgence, and what was it?
Smoke Capriati.
Davenport had a big one. That was the era of the power hitter.
Right.
And all those women were just big, big, big power hitters after that. So anybody who had a finesse game was done. So Martina Hingis, gone.
Mary Jo Fernandez,
gone. Anna Kournikova had no shot against this woman.
Yeah, she was.
She
was just hot.
No. Anna Kournikova is
I know she got to number 8. I get it.
Right. Like, she's a top 10 player, but she's a top 10 player who's coming up at the time that those big behemoths were coming in there, and she had no game against that.
Yeah.
Because it was just.
But she was the Danica Patrick of tennis.
It was Danica Patrick is one of the greatest female drivers of all time. She won a race.
But what I'm saying is she won nothing pretty much. Is what I'm saying, like big. And neither did Kournikova.
Well, yeah, but Kournikova was running up against women who can just straight up hit over 100 miles an hour. Like, you had no shot against that.
Yeah. No.
And so thus, the era from there on to now, that was like, maybe back in Chris Everett's day, Martina would be the only person who was like that.
Martina.
Navratilova was like the only one who was like a straight power.
Martina and Graf
were two straight big power hitting women.
I still pray to, when I get to heaven, I'll just say, all right, can we watch Serena and Graf play?
Yeah,
because that would be the greatest tennis match of all time.
Those are big
women.
power hitters, and
women.
Plus who could also put touch on their game. And like Chris Everett today would get annihilated.
Yeah,
like
she would not have the.
She doesn't have a way to return that serve all day long, and she wouldn't be able to hang.
No, I wouldn't want to see Chris Everett against Serena. Oh my Lord!
Serena can stay.
That would not be fun.
Serena and all of those ladies can pretty much stay baseline, pretty much almost all match.
Yeah.
Whereas those ladies would have to like go run around, try to catch up. And when you're playing that game, forget it.
How about
you
Serena?
Just get bulldozed.
How about Serena beating this chick again for like the 400th time consecutively?
And Sharapova is another one who's just straight power. But she's just not as good as Serena Williams, and that's the only
Serena
stopping pot.
Owns her ass, dude. Like, I think it's 13-0 to be accurate.
It's the heartbreaking thing about Venus, because Venus was unstoppable until she had that injury, and then after that she was like half of Venus.
Yeah, right. The sickness, right?
No. When she blew her legs out, when she blew those.
But isn't the sickness taking a little bit of a toll
as
on
well?
her too,
but
right?
the thing that stopped her back then was like it cut her speed in half.
Yeah,
and so she just didn't have the same kind of power anymore.
And her sister's a little better.
No, her sister was more talented, but at that time, Venus,
right, early. But what I'm saying is, eventually,
if Venus never hurt herself, Serena doesn't have that record, like the way that she's got right now.
She still would be the best. I still think she's the better.
I don't think so.
I do.
Venus was literally the prodigy. Like Venus was that
early.
But then she got hurt, and then she just never gained that power back. It was gone.
We'll disagree on that one. I think nobody would have had.
And by the way, mind you,
power.
she still has a career at half of Venus Williams.
Right. There's something's going on with that.
Half of Venus Williams is still up there with Serena.
Right.
Like half. So imagine her whole.
Right.
No problems whatsoever. And then you're talking about a completely different career.
Yeah, no
Did
doubt.
you see the match the other night with Coco Graf?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, the way she came back.
Coco.
After the way she got beat up.
She's fun to watch, dude.
She's 15 years old.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Amazing. Like, you can
Well,
see.
it's like what? Well, I'm old, but I can say it's like watching Tracy Austin when she had that moment when she was 15 or 16.
Yeah.
I think it was 15 or 16. I want to say, and then she was never really anything special, but she did have that special moment. She was just, it was a prodigy moment, but she was never really a great one.
Jennifer Capriati.
Yeah, well,
She
actually,
flaked out.
Capriati had more success than
She
Tracy
won 2 or
Austin.
3, right?
Yeah, no, Capriati actually had some success.
And then she went and hung out.
Yeah,
and
Tracy-
No,
Tracy-
she started off. She started off
Hotel.
and she was a prodigy in the beginning, and then she got burned out.
Right.
And then she came back,
And then she
and
burned
just
out.
became straight up like a straight power hitter. And then she started winning. It was her. It was her. Both the Williams sisters and Davenport that
So
was
she-
winning everything.
She burned out, and then she was a burnout.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Found in the hotel or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Capriati was always strong on grass. 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the program as we take you till 3 o'clock. We're out here at Choice Mortgage Bank, as you can see on the screen there, saying live from Choice Mortgage Bank. Michael Kodsey and the great people, make sure you follow them. And make sure you call them. If you need a mortgage, I'm telling you, stop renting. Let's get you out of that. He can get you into a fixed mortgage rate under 3%. 561-441-2730. Make sure you call my guy, Michael Kodsey. So it looks like the storm. What's going on with the storm? Are we? I'm not sure
We're
yet,
still
right?
in play, man. We're still in play.
Man, I hope it goes and disappears into the damn Atlantic. I know it's looking worse for our friends. In like the Daytona area? That area looks like it's for now. Remember, let's not trust this stuff because on Friday it could go jog south when it makes that turn and could come to us, just like Andrew.
It looks
Remember.
like it's about. It looks like the place the spot that is probably going to dead hit is maybe West Palm. And so the question is, does it go south of West Palm or does it go north of West Palm? And that seems to be the target spot at the moment. But again, this thing is 6 days or 5 days away. It's way the hell out there. It's still a 1. There's a bunch of things that could happen in this storm. Don't go ape crap.
Are they
bleep.
canceling the Stones by today?
No, they shouldn't cancel the storm. Even if the storm were to
No, wait a minute, hold on. You shouldn't say that because remember the trucks.
No. They postpone. They're on standby. Like right now, they're watching. Like the last I've heard about that so far is like they are on standby. They are waiting to see what's going on.
That's what I'm saying. That the trucks have to get here. They have to build the stages.
Right.
They're not going to start building stages for nothing.
Right.
So they got to make sure that they're a go. Because obviously you don't want those stages there while the storm's going on.
No.
Well, the integrity
You know what I mean?
of the stuff because of the height and whatnot. Like I remember being on the dock. Once it got to 40 mile per hour winds, the cranes had to shut down, and you had to stack everything.
That's what I'm saying.
No more than 20 or 30 feet.
And you
high.
can't have the stage loose inside the stadium because then you'll have all kinds of
Dude,
flying
stuff like
debris.
that. Exactly.
Listen.
You know what I mean?
Listen to your Uncle Charles.
All right?
Listen to
Tom Garfinkel and company have worked really hard to make that stadium beautiful. Okay, so they don't want to. They want to take care of that thing.
Listen to your Uncle Charles, who's been tracking storms for God knows how long now.
Oh,
Because we've been doing overnight. Because every single year is either me or Grieper who was doing storm duty at the station. So like me and Max Mayfield know each other very well. I even have his Max tracker on my actual on my pad. Because I had to talk that. I had to talk to that guy like on a nightly
I have
basis.
that app. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's a great app. Like I had to talk to that dude like on a nightly basis. Right now, where the storm stands, you're not really going to know anything even remotely kind of definitive until the end of the night tomorrow night. That's really where you're going to get it. Okay, right now, you could keep track of it if you like. If you're a storm buff like me, you can continue to watch it as long as the pressure keeps pushing it where it's going right now. It's just out there in the Atlantic. It hasn't made a turn yet. It could possibly pivot. So yes, be a little prepared. Don't go crazy and start buying like 15 gallons of water when you don't drink water at all anyway. And don't go out there.
We got water today, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like slow your roll. It's you're not,
No, don't say that. No, go get your water.
Be
Go get
prepared, but don't go overly crazy.
We got this bitch till the end of October. So
Yeah.
this may not be the last.
Well,
storm.
no, in reality, at any point in time, like once the summer starts, you should already have like 2 gallons of water in your freezer frozen. Like that should be automatic.
But
That should be automatic, right?
And if
after
you don't have water, get your ass up and go get some water.
Start to make a little bit of your preparation so that it's easy to bring your shutters down. Start to take in all your plant stuff so that it's easy to already have it there.
I'll probably do my shutters tomorrow.
And just kind of, my dad has those has the automatic.
But
shutters.
I have a rule.
It takes like a second to put those bad boys.
I have a rule. The first storm that makes me shudder, they don't come down till November.
Why? Who cares?
No, I'm just saying.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like
I'm
come
not.
on.
I don't do the put up the. Well, I don't have to put them up. I slide them.
How many times do you stare out your window?
Huh?
How many times do you actually stare out your window?
Like never.
There you go.
The other thing is with the
My dogs stare out my window more than I do.
Yeah, let 'em stare at
My dogs know, like when somebody's like at the sidewalk, they'll run up to the couch and then they'll stick their noses into the shade, lift the shade up with their nose so they can look out the window to see who's out there. How smart is that, dude?
Let them stare at the wall now.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
other
So
thing- the
my
other
dogs are the ones that use the window more than I do. though.
The other thing with the shutters, it keeps your house cooler.
Yeah.
Not the sunlight.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
It does help. You.
And your house is darker when you turn off the lights. You know, it's like,
Most houses,
Sleep mode.
yeah,
most houses
love it.
should, at least in South Florida, you
Love
should
it.
have those sliders like my dad's got. Like you just put them on, click, click, and that's it. It's done.
That's exactly what
You're ready to rock.
Hey, listen.
Bring the pain. I'm good.
That would be nice, but Carlos, not everybody can afford those. Okay, so it's
No, he doesn't have the crazy expensive ones. He's got the ones that are kind of like accordion-like. You know what I'm saying?
I see
And
what
then
you-
you put them together, you close it, and that's
okay.
it. Look, if anything is strong enough to get through that, then you're done anyway. There's a storm that's pushing something that fast that's capable of getting through that. You got problems anyway. There was nothing that was going to stop that in the first place. So,
and by the way, I was mentioning my dogs just for fun, but if you do have dogs and we've got the storm coming, go see my guy Ryan at CBD American Shaman in Coconut Creek. Here's the address: 1311 Lyons Road in Coconut Creek. I'm already telling you, you said they're better. I've been taking some CBD oil that I've been putting on my bags, and if you really look at some pictures from a few days ago, or in the last couple of months, or the last couple of years, my bags were even worse than they are now.
what, you just smear it on there?
Yeah, it's like this roll-on. It's a roll-on. Seriously, it's
Like you would like if you got a bug bite.
you ever
one of
seen
those little deals that
You ever seen the girls have lip gloss?
Yes.
That it's a little bottle with the roll-on. It's the
Okay.
same thing.
Okay.
But it's CBD, and you put it here, and it's actually making my bags disappear. I still have them, but not as predominant as they were. And he also gave me some CBD oil to sleep. And now and maybe that's part of why the
So
bags.
you
are-
like drop it or you put it in something?
No, you have to put it in like 8 ounces of water.
Okay.
And then you drink it because it's you got to dilute it to do it. And so I drink like 1 bottle in the morning, 1 bottle at night, and that's making me sleep deep.
But it's not making you sleepy. It just leaves you sleeping when you're asleep.
You're right. It doesn't make you sleepy.
Okay.
No. That's why you could drink one in the morning because you want to start getting it in your system. But when you go to sleep, you will sleep deeper.
Okay.
Which, by the way, for those of you that are getting older, the prostate doesn't necessarily agree with us all the time. And so it makes you get up at night and go to the bathroom. When you're sleeping deeper, less trips to the bathroom.
I don't have that bathroom problem. I sleep like a.
Well, you didn't have the
Sleep like a baby.
your prostate's hanging in there in your older
you go.
age. Not for me, bro. Not for me.
Especially if it's like dark outside or if it's raining, forget it.
And,
Like,
I
I'm
end-
done. I'm out for like that day.
I end up visiting the bathroom a couple of times. But anyway, I tried that CBD stuff, and so he's got that for the dogs and the cats. So if you want to keep your dogs and cats calm during the storms that are coming, go see Ryan. Again,
You mix it with their food.
those are little drops you put in their mouth, direct drops.
Oh, so you just straight just feed it to them.
Yeah, they have like a little dropper, and you just, depending on the weight, I think it's a drop per 10 pounds or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I got to give my girl's big, so I give her a couple, and she mellows out a little bit. That's the cool thing, because my girl she's like 70 pounds. She's about 2.5 years or getting close to 3. But she acts like a puppy still, man. She has the energy of a puppy. And so that CBD stuff calms her down.
Dude,
mellors her out.
July 4th, January 1st when the fireworks go off.
Oh, yeah.
Another.
Two of my
Yeah.
dogs freak out on the fireworks and gunfire because I'm sure there's gunfire mixed in there. And then the other two are like calm. Like Ollie doesn't do anything. Flash is like hanging, but Ziggy goes crazy and Maiden goes crazy.
That's most dogs. Fireworks, like
Ollie doesn't
they
freak
take
out
off
on
and
anything.
they'll be gone. I've had friends that have lost their dog for 4 or 5 hours, and what it was, the thing went and hid like
No,
in
they
the
come.
bushes or something.
Our dogs come to us. That's what they do. They come to us, and so they gather around us for that kind of stuff. But Ollie doesn't freak. Ollie only gets pissed off when he sees strangers, when he hears strangers, when somebody comes close, whatever. You know, dogs are the best for that, man. You walk up to my sidewalk, and they're all over you. You haven't even stepped on my yard yet. You just walk by. Anybody walking, just coming by, bam, they're out there. It's like going crazy. Anyway, so we got a lot of stuff to talk about here on the program. Remember, you can reach out to us at 786-322-1105. That's our text number. You can download the show when you miss it and you want to download it. Our SoundCloud page, Big O Radio Show. You can follow us on iTunes, on Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play. All that good stuff is definitely involved. Yesterday, Carly Lloyd, she was interviewed on the NFL Network, and yesterday we were talking about Carly Lloyd possibly playing in the NFL. You remember that? And so yesterday they caught up with her, and after she was at Eagles camp kicking and one team even showing interest and all that good stuff, here's Carly Lloyd on the NFL Network.
Carly, would you have done it if you hadn't had a game?
I potentially probably would have entertained the idea, yes.
Your agent said that there were offers, as in plural. How many teams reached out to you?
There were 2 teams, that expressed some interest.
Did one of those teams rhyme with shares?
I'm not sure. I'm not gonna disclose. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
How real was the offer?
Pretty serious. Like I said, I have a game this Thursday, which I happen to be playing in Philadelphia. So it's not something I would have passed up. First and foremost, I am a soccer player. But yeah, it's been crazy. A casual day of me just having some fun, being competitive, and kicking field goals went to being the most talked about news thing in around the globe. So it's just crazy how all that works.
So you're not available now. What if a team called in 4 weeks? Because that's been known to happen at the kicker position. Teams are looking for them all year long.
Yeah, at first, as soon as I hopped in the car after I kicked and attended the Eagles-Ravens practice, my phone started blowing up, and, I was just laughing about it, and you've got people on there saying, well, I could do that if I took 10 steps and all these things. I wasn't legit, trying to try out, per se, to kick a field goal. So I just was having some fun, and, the more that I've kind of thought about it and the more that I've actually talked with my husband and my family and friends, they're encouraging me to do it.
Keenan Allen tweeted something about that in response to this news. He said, this sounds sweet until somebody blocks the kick and all of a sudden she on defense would be like the stampede scene in the Lion King movie. What do you say to that?
Look, there's no denying that. I know that there's some challenges involved with this, and I know that there's probably some players and people and everybody around the globe thinking this is the craziest thing. But then I also see it from a women's perspective of, maybe this is kind of something that's going to break down some barriers and give people, women especially, the confidence to know that maybe they can be a part of an NFL team as a kicker. I'm not trying to be a running back or a quarterback. That would be an epic fail. But I do know that I can kick a ball very well, and I pride myself in my technique. And really, it's all about getting it up and over. And I know that there's loads of people that are saying big men coming at you. I don't know. I'd have to seriously go out to the field, helmets, pad, 2-step, really get the technique down, really practice it, and then kind of see from there if it's possible.
There you go, Carly Lloyd talking about her possible run at an NFL position. Now, You saw what Keenan Allen put out on the post, which is something that we talked about. That if she ends up on defense, then like the scene in Lion King, like he said, and so that's again. Listen, I'm not going to get sexist. I'm not going to get chauvinistic about all of this. If she wants to do it, no problem. Go for it. Now, do I think it's a good idea? No, I don't. I don't think she has anything to prove. I don't think she has to do anything like this to set a precedent or open the floodgates or anything like that, because I don't think there are any floodgates to open. Okay? I think she's putting herself at risk of injury for no reason at all. She risks enough injury being a professional soccer player. Okay? There's a lot of risk of injury there. She does not need to collide with 250, 280, 300, 320-pound men, okay? And some of them, very small few, but some of them are sick and twisted, okay? We see the problems that NFL players have. You're going to put a woman out on the field with them? I'm sorry, I just don't think it makes a lot of sense. And again, she doesn't need it, okay? She just doesn't need it. And I will tell you this, there's going to be a little bit of NASCAR involved in all of this. Let me explain. Most people that are, not most, but I'll say maybe 70% of the people that are watching, 60% of the people watching, are actual NASCAR fans. They like the race. They like the cars. 30, 40% of them, they're not really into the race. They're kind of watching the event and waiting for a crash. Basically, you got 30, 40% of them half-ass watching, whatever. I'm there at the event, whatever. Ooh, an accident. What happened? Car flipped over. Oh, did he die? He's on fire. What? That's all they're there for.
What are the only highlights they show? The start of the race, all the crashes, and the end of the race. That's the highlight.
It's going to be people watching Carly Lloyd to see if her ass gets crushed. Okay? That's what they're going to be watching. They're going to be watching to see if Vontaze Burfict knocks the crap out. Okay? That's, I don't know what's going on. There's some noise going on, guys. I don't know. I'm hearing it. You didn't hear the popping? Well, I just heard it on the headphones right now. I don't know if it's coming out on the mic.
I don't know if you should go to that concert tonight, man. Your ears are a mess.
Bro, I'm telling you. No, he heard this. I'm telling you, I heard the popping. Send me a text at 786-322-1105. Am I the only one hearing the popping there? Did you not hear that popping right now?
You go to that concert, you're going to have blood coming out of your ears. You're going to have to be rushed to the hospital.
I'm telling you, man. I heard it. I know I heard it. It's crazy stuff. I heard it. Anyway, so people are going to be watching for her to fail. That's really what they're going to be watching. They're going to be watching to see if she gets injured, if somebody knocks the crap out of her. That's what they're going to be watching. And you know there's going to be a set of men that are sexist, that are chauvinistic, that say, oh, a woman has no place on the field playing football. I'm glad that happened to her. You know, that's part of your audience. And it's very NASCAR-like in that sense, because there's a group of people that just watch the damn thing and they're waiting for somebody to die. That's basically it.
Well, that's really, maybe just see a really great crash, but die. That's a little bit overkill on the morbid, man.
Oh, I don't know. What can I tell you, bro? I mean, it's just, that's the sad part, but it's the twisted reality of the world that we live in.
Some of them, yeah. So I'll agree with that. Even on the football field, like you said, there's a couple of them that are going to be like, man, that girl thinks she can play out here with us, blah, blah, and like looking to get her. Okay?
Right. Yeah. No doubt. And again, you tell me on Twitter on Twitter at Big O Show, on the text machine at 786-322-1105. And by the way, yes, popping 3 times today. There you go. So maybe you should check your ears because you're not hearing it. Okay? But I knew it was going on. I know I'm not crazy, bro. The popping was going on. Right now it's not happening, but it happened. When I told you it happened, it happened.
Maybe it's the chair?
No. It's not the chair. The chair, that's creaking, not popping. That was popping. I don't know what it is. You don't have headphones on, so you're not going to be able to hear a damn thing anyway. So I have headphones. I know I have headphones, and I heard it. You can use mine if you want. The headphones that I gave you. I know. Well, we have another pair. We're not cheap here. You know, we've been around cheap. We know what cheap is. We're not cheap here. We got it. We got plenty of headphones here. Got 5 headphones here. And we don't even need 5. We're good. There you go. We got plenty covered. Including covering the camera, too. All that good stuff. 786-322-1105. So the whole Carly Lloyd thing, it's going to be like a car crash, basically. That's kind of what it is. So I have no problem. Carly, you want to play? Go for it. More power to you. The only thing is, I don't ever want to hear from people saying that this was unfair. They mistreated Carly. They hit her too hard. That guy shouldn't have taken a shot.
They're hitting her. They're just hitting her like that because she's just a girl, not the fact that she's the kicker.
Yeah, I don't want to hear any.
Everybody hits the kicker like that.
Yeah, nothing. There cannot be one complaint ever. Okay, if Carly Lloyd plays, it's always football.
There's always a little extra for the quarterback. There's something super extra for the kicker.
Yes.
Hall of Fame football coach Bill Parcells, who considers himself an expert at special teams, will sit there and say you do not get off the field until you light that guy up.
Right.
Like that's the one guy that's definitely got to get hit.
Right.
He hates kickers.
Right. Everybody hates kickers in the NFL. Most players hate kickers. Hell, you work for Bo Camper. Ask him about kickers. That's what I'm telling you.
Well, look.
Bo Camper hates kickers.
They're worse than quarterbacks.
I'm telling you.
Quarterbacks get a special jersey. You can't touch them. Those guys get a special field.
Right.
They're not even in the area. They're over there by themselves.
Right. That's a lot of football players detest kickers because they do practically nothing in their eyes. You know what I mean? So when they go out there, they trot out there and they miss a field goal, it pains them because they end up, they work so hard to get in a position and that one play. And look, it's not easy to be a kicker. I don't want to take anything away from being a kicker.
No, and if they're really bad or they do something wrong, you'll lose a game with a quickness because of that guy. Okay?
How about this? It sounds like a shortened cable or bad input jack. Bill in Simi Valley. Bill, by the way, thank you, sir.
You might be hearing pinning. You might bring him down.
He is hardcore, Bill in Simi Valley. He's watching and listening every day.
He might just be pinning.
So we appreciate that.
Might be what
Thank you,
hearing.
Bill. Big time.
What Bill's hearing isn't what you're hearing, though.
Thank you to all of you out there for tuning in every day and following us. Today the video's flowing. There is no glitches today. There were a couple glitches.
Well, yeah, no.
Sometimes when the internet signal's not strong enough, our audio will always be fine and we'll be able to put up the podcast and people will always get it. But the video depends on the signal sometimes. And yesterday was a little weak. They're going to work on it at Dandy, so it's a little better for next month. But right now we're golden now here at
You're ethered, so you can't get any better than that.
When 560 first became a sports station, and we started to get actual, like sports guys to be on the air. So we got Joe Rose, and we got at that point, and I think that was after the Zagacki fight with Merck Morris. And so Merck was gone.
Well, that's all after Jimmy Syphilis and the Brown Ranger and Dave Lamont. Then
Dave Lamont was still there for the first team.
Those were the first guys.
Yeah. Dave Lamont was there for the first team, and then eventually they wanted to have like an NFL insider, and the only guy that we could get was Scott Kaplan. He was a kicker for the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
And Hammer was like, get that guy off my show. What a goddamn kicker on my show. What the hell is he going to tell me? Like, he never wanted him to come in there for his NFL expertise. Like, what expertise? For the 5 seconds that you were on the field?
Yeah.
Hey, they're going to tell me anything. He hated Scott.
Only Hank, baby. Only Hank. Gotta love that.
Because it was Merck. For a while there was Merck before the blow. My very first day of work at 562 QAM was the day that Zagacki got in a fight with Merck. I was literally standing like right in the middle. I was like a stepchild. I was like trying to back up into the bullpen. Remember the bullpen?
Sure.
I was like, like little by little, I was like, ooh, let me get back here. Because they were going.
That's your first day.
Very first day.
Welcome to
Welcome to Sports Radio. It was the very first day. Those two get into this blowout argument, and he ends up firing him.
I think I got an insult now on the text machine here while they're watching. They're asking. My barber goes, "Hey, when you're gonna come by for a haircut?" So he's basically telling me I need a haircut, which I do need a haircut, by the way.
Or
he's right about
business.
That. Huh?
Or he's looking for business.
Yeah, he's got good business. He does a really good job, dude. Overall, he's one of my listeners.
Well,
and
obviously
he's become my barber.
chiming in.
Yeah, he's become my barber over the years. Yeah, exactly. I think I must be one of the few radio hosts in the country. Okay, forget about in town. That's not even close. In the country that actually socializes with listeners and followers and stuff like that. I might be one of the few. But I do need a haircut, O-Town, so you're right. He's also named Orlando. So it's interesting that I find a barber named Orlando, which is a beautiful thing, right? Anyway, 786-322-1105. We got the Dolphins tonight. And I love that this game is being played with Rosen in it. It gives me a reason why to watch. And, there'll be a couple of young guys that you'll want to see if they do anything. Some of the young draft picks, some of the undrafted rookies and things like that they're trying to build on. So that'll be all right. I mean, in a twisted way, I want to watch a little bit of that. But mainly it's about Rosen tonight. That's going to be a lot of fun. We've got Hurricane Dorian that we're all dealing with. And again, folks, do not underestimate this thing. Hopefully it doesn't come our way. Hopefully all we get is a little rain and a little wind, and that's all we get. But get your water. If you need your batteries, get your batteries.
Don't get into a bare knuckle boxing match with somebody at the store.
Yes,
slow
please.
your roll. Take your
Yes.
time. It's still way out there.
Yes, take it easy. No doubt about that. You got a wide shot going on. There you go. Now you guys can see the entire mess. That actually looks all right. Looks good. With the mics and everything set up. I like it. Somebody's sending in a bunch of hearts. Well, thank you. What do the hearts mean? Means like you like you like what you're watching? I like it. Thank you. Thank you for supporting us because it's been pretty cool.
Whenever you stream the concert stuff on Twitter, those hearts.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because you try it for most houses, those are basically like likes.
Yeah.
Like ongoing likes, and as people keep giving it to you, like the more the hearts are, the higher the stature.
That's awesome. All right. Now, here's the other thing that I do want to talk about. And Jadeveon Clowney has been in the mix, and we've been talking a lot about Jadeveon Clowney. And there are a couple things now that are maybe starting to bother me a little bit about the Jadeveon Clowney thing. And I told you guys about this yesterday. If you listen to the first hour, I must have broken down every angle of this trade. Everything on the Jadeveon Clowney side, on the Houston side, on Miami side. If you missed it, you should go back and listen. But one of the things that I talked about is what Clowney are you getting if you trade for him? Because if he signs his tender and you don't give him a long-term contract, are you getting the guy that's going to protect his knee and protect his interest because he's hanging on for another year and waiting for that long-term deal? Here's a guy that now is saying he's willing to sit out games. This bothers me a little bit. Here's a guy that's been tagged. He has really no leverage. He only has leverage in order of trade against Houston. But outside of that, he doesn't really have leverage. And then, like I told you guys yesterday, Houston hasn't even approached him about an extension. They've been around this guy from day one. Why? Why? Why is it that they don't want him? That doesn't make sense.
Usually when a guy gets tagged, they're not willing to commit the long term.
Right.
But There's still something there, and we'll go here for the 1 year, but don't tie me in for 3 or 4.
Maybe it's not 1 year. Maybe they tagged him to just hold the right so they can trade him.
And not
really keep him. Right. It's just not to lose him for nothing.
In case he walks away, you got
because
nothing. Yeah.
If you have not approached him about a long-term deal, and then you're talking to other and he's pissed that they're just talking to other teams, because apparently now it's up to 5 teams that they've talked to. It's not just the Dolphins. And I'm telling you about the Dolphins. The Dolphins are sitting back, waiting for low-hanging fruit. They're not going out and, oh, no, we'll offer you a first and a second rounder, and we're going to give them a 5-year deal and a $60 million guarantee. They're not doing that. That's Mike Tannenbaum. That's what they're – the Dolphins are interested at their price. But if these other teams want to start offering you all kinds of, player picks and all that, Miami's going to give away what they can afford to give away that's not going to hurt them, and it's not going to derail them from their future. Okay? So have a lot of confidence in that, Dolphins fans, that if they're going to make this trade, it's not because they're making a huge commitment. But here's my problem with this. I don't trust this guy anymore now. The more I look into it, the more he is that there's something there. And to me, it might be just total money motivation is what it looks like to me. And that's not the dude I want. And maybe it's also money motivation because he knows this is his final deal, his last deal. He will not get another big money deal because he probably knows, along with his doctors, what the prognosis is on that knee and how long it's actually going to last. So the more I find out about this whole Jadeveon Clowney situation, the more I don't like it.
Considering that he was so touted and he was supposed to be the next Javon Curse, for name all the great defensive ends, Bruce Smith,
right?
And he never. He's good. He's a really good player, but not that
knee
super.
That knee that's why he can get to 9 sacks because he's young and still athletic and overcome that knee. But now that next contract, that knee is just going to get worse.
And besides that, not achieving that level, and then the injuries,
right?
Like there's two. You never were what you were supposed to be, and you're breaking down.
Right.
How am I going to chime in for 3 or 4 years with you, man?
Right. And so something's going on there with the Clowney situation. So for me personally, if you're not paying much, then go ahead and take the gamble. If you're going to get rid of Kenny Stills or Kenyon Drake or something like that, something that doesn't have a future with you, and you're giving up a middling pick, that's fine. I get it. But high pick or high money for that guy, I will be very critical of that acquisition for the Miami Dolphins. I don't think they're going to make that kind of acquisition, actually. I think they're going to make the one that's convenient and one that doesn't affect them whatsoever. Cap-wise, picks-wise, injury-wise, whatever.
Let me ask you this, because you were saying the 1-year deal, like you're kind of standoffish because he's going to take it easy. Doesn't it normally go the other way, though? You got to kind of earn your next year's contract?
Yes.
Like that you got to show out?
Yes. But he clearly doesn't want to play on a 1-year tender because he hasn't signed it.
I thought he
not signed it.
I thought he did it in March.
No, he has not signed it.
It's just been sitting there.
That's why they can't sign a long-term deal. You got to wait till next year.
Right.
You got to wait till the end of next year to sign him to a long-term contract. And by then he might suffer another knee injury. So maybe he and his agent are looking for a wink-wink deal where, okay, you can't sign, but we need to agree to something right now. So at the end of the year, we know that there's a contract coming. And then how do you do that with that guy with that knee? I wouldn't. Just doesn't make any sense. Let me tell you a little bit about Eric and John and all the great people at EJD Construction. Call them 305-318-4978. Folks, you want to support the podcast? You need somebody for, let me tell you, custom home construction, major home remodeling. Please call Eric and John right now. Support our sponsors who support this show. 305-318-4978. Fully insured, $2 million liability, $1 million in workers' comp. We're not talking about a fly-by-night company. We're not talking about some dude that picked up 3-4 guys at Home Depot and then shows up to your house. No, communication with the owners and the architects, second to none. Quality work, affordability. Call them right now, 305-318-4978. That's 305-318-4978 for EJD Construction. All right, in hour number 2 of the podcast, we're going to talk to my man Michael Kodsey. We're going to talk a little bit about Big Ben. I got to get some stuff off here. I got to talk about Big Ben because Big Ben is a big jerk, and I'm going to tell you why. We got some stuff on John Gruden also that we got to play. You got to hear some of this stuff. We're going to get into a little Dolphins also in hour number 2. Somebody is actually still playing in sports. And it's amazing that guy is still around. I want to talk a little bit about a bunch of things to talk about. Hey, and the other thing I want is give me a scouting report on the Popeyes chicken. How good is it? Is it overrated? Is it mediocre? Los is the only one that's tried it out of all of us, and he says it's all right. Or it's Wait.
It's a chicken sandwich. It wasn't like mind-blowing. It was just like, yeah, it's all right.
Okay.
Chicken sandwich, it's good.
You're the only one. Dude, everybody else is going nuts.
I didn't go to
Out
heaven
of
eating that
control.
thing, no.
All right,
It
so
wasn't better than those chicken tenders I just knocked out right now.
all right, so tell me about the chicken sandwich on Twitter at Big O Show or on the text line at 786-322-1105. That's the text line. You can text us anytime you're listening to the podcast at 786-322-1105. I want to hear about that chicken sandwich. I got a poll question, too. Do you think because of Hurricane Dorian, will they cancel the Stones concert on Saturday at Hard Rock Stadium? You can vote yes or no. Let's take a break. We'll come back for hour number 2 of the podcast broadcast from
This is the Big O Show.
did you learn from that whole experience of calling out AB in particular?
Yeah, I wish I wouldn't have done it.
Why?
You know, because obviously we saw what happened, and obviously it ruined a friendship. I just got caught up in the emotion, the heat of the battle. But the other person I challenged that game was James Washington. And I know people made a big deal about that. But James Washington texted me, called me, and talked to me in person and thanking me for that.
You're living in your own private Idaho. Living in your own private Idaho. Underground like a wild potato. Don't go on the patio. Beware the pool. Blue bottomless pool. It leads you straight right through.
All righty. Hour number 2 of the program. Yeah. And we gave you a little flavor of some of the music actually tonight in South Florida, because tonight the B-52s, Berlin, and OMD are going to be at the Broward Center. So figured during that break. And then you just heard some stuff there from Ben Roethlisberger to start off hour number 2. And that was Ben Roethlisberger with Michelle Tafoya from NBC Sports. And talking about, the funny part is that Ben Roethlisberger talks about ruining a relationship with Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown then tweeted out, like, fool, we were never friends. So it's like, they were never hanging around. They were never, and listen, they're both idiots, okay? And Antonio Brown's a goofball. I get all of that. Ben Roethlisberger, to me, is just a lowlife. To me, Ben Roethlisberger is a guy that just disgusts me. And when you hear that statement, and it reminds me a little bit of the Brian Flores thing going on with the Dolphins. He goes and he challenges Kenny Stills, and he doesn't have to. And it was weak also, the challenge, because it was something that was never going to make an impact anyway. And so that's where it's ridiculous. And so now you've got him challenging Antonio Brown when Antonio Brown is going to play his ass off either way. He's going to be a goofball no matter what. He's probably a few sandwiches short of a picnic no matter what you do. But then he goes and compares it to James Washington, who, by the way, at that moment is a rookie. Any veteran can challenge any rookie, and any rookie is going to be grateful for it because they're rookies. They've done nothing, and they know they're nothing. So don't compare James Washington to Antonio Brown. And all that is, and by the way, lower that, all that is I'm hearing something. I don't know what it is. I think it's what you're playing or whatever, or something coming out of the, I don't know if is there sound coming out of something? I'm hearing something. I'm not going crazy. Anyway, so you look at the Antonio Brown situation, and the problem is that Ben Roethlisberger is an ass clown. And here's a guy that probably got away with, rape, allegedly. I mean, there's just everything about this guy just is despicable. The only thing is that he can be a great quarterback and has been a great quarterback. And that's what saves his ass. But outside of that, he's a terrible person. He's not a good leader. He's as big a problem as you want to say about Antonio Brown or Le'Veon Bell has been with the Pittsburgh Steelers. In fact, I could add that Ben Roethlisberger is a bigger problem because AB and Le'Veon Bell aren't being investigated for rape. Okay? I mean, anything and everything about Ben Roethlisberger for me is just absolute garbage. And the way he acts, the way he carries himself, the way he treats other people, it's ridiculous, man. And I'm kind of tired of hearing from him. There's one dude that we just lost, Andrew Luck. I got to tell you something. I would love to watch Ben Roethlisberger instead retire and just leave. I'd rather have Andrew Luck in this league than Ben Roethlisberger. If Ben Roethlisberger would retire or leave, I'd say good riddance. Okay? I wouldn't be unhappy like I am about Andrew Luck because this league needs as many good quarterbacks as possible. And they just lost one of the young guys that actually has elite talent. Ben Roethlisberger is a loser. Yeah, I don't care that he's won 2 titles, whatever. He's a loser as a human being. I'd like to see his ass retire. Just go away and never hear from him again. That would be perfect right there. Big Ben, there you go. Any Steeler fan that's watching this video, maybe put the last couple minutes together and send it to Big Ben. Because I know I'm talking for a lot of people in this country. Big Ben, just go disappear. Just get lost. The world is a better place without you. Okay? So just get lost. Go live in a cave somewhere so nobody has to deal with you again. Ben Roethlisberger. What a piece of work. Or piece of something else. 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the program. We're coming to you live from Choice Mortgage Bank. And, of course, as you can see, right to my, to my right here, down here, you see it, live from Choice Mortgage Bank, choicemortgagebankinc.com, 561-441-2730. Make sure you call my guy Michael Kodsey. He will definitely take care of you. Good people here at Choice Mortgage Bank. How about this? Did you guys hear about this? Joe Johnson, ISO Joe, is going to be working out now for several NBA teams to make a comeback. Apparently, what he did in the Big Three, put a tape together, playing in the Big Three, the Sixers, the Bucks, the Nuggets, and the Clippers are now all going to work out the 38-year-old. He's 38, dude. Wait a minute, your mic's not on.
He can give you minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes.
He's a good, consistent guy. He can come off the bench and rip a few for you. Yeah.
And he'll, even as slow motion as he plays,
he's still better than most guys.
He's still he'll get a shot off. Yeah. He knows how to work his body to
get hot.
I know, but it's
look. Dwayne Wade right now can still go in there and give you minutes. He just doesn't want to be that guy.
Right.
Like he's the legend. He wants to. Yeah. He just wants to walk off now.
Right.
But yeah, like if your body can still kind of go for a few, you can totally go in there and play like 10, 15 minutes and be fine.
I mean, that's 38 years old.
Dude, Plastic Man played till he was 50. like every year.
Ackman played really? Did he play?
Every year there was the player to be named later. It was usually the Plastic Man. And you would always say, like, he's still in the league? Like, he played forever.
Did he? But he didn't get to 38, did he also?
Yeah, man. Plastic Man was in it for a long, long time.
I don't remember that it was that long.
I think Plastic Man retired maybe 5 years ago. Like Plastic Man was there for a while.
That UNLV team, bro. Anderson Hunt, Larry Johnson, Ackles, and Stacey Augmon. That was a hell of a team. George Ackles. Second round pick for the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
George Ackles.
Didn't do much in the pros. But
No.
Greg Anthony did.
Greg Anthony had a little bit.
Plastic Man played forever. LJ,
Obviously.
the injuries didn't happen.
Right, the injuries killed LJ.
Yeah. But before that, he was a monster.
Yeah, he had it all, man. He had it all. No doubt about that. He definitely had it going on. 786-322-1105. And I give you the number, and I'm going to give it to you several times throughout the hour because this is also podcasted. So if you're listening to it at 11 in the morning or 12 at night or 4 a.m., whenever you're listening to the podcast, or 6 p.m., make sure you can send us a text. If you got a question, a comment, a compliment, an insult, whatever it is, you can always stay in contact with the show, either on Twitter at Big O Show or on our text line at 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the show. Dolphins and Saints tonight at 8 o'clock. Josh Rosen will get the start. Preston Williams, another guy that needs to shine. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, I saw this article talking a little bit about Brian Flores and his Patriot Way. And we all know that the Patriot Way has not worked out outside of the Patriots. Everybody that tries to then implement what they learned from Belichick in other places, it just doesn't end up working. It doesn't end up translating. It's one of those things. You can't do anything about it. And so now you see the talk and some of the writers, I forgot who it was that wrote it, but talking about how, some of the players that were in the Patriots and are here, they were wondering how Flores was going to be. Was he going to copycat, what's it called, Belichick, or was he going to have his own identity is the question. And so that's where the question is, what's going on and how Brian Flores is actually carrying himself. And so in the article, it talks about how he's inherited some things, practice-wise and all of that, but the attitude is completely different, where Flores is more of a energetic guy, in-your-face guy, that kind of stuff, where Belichick is more of a relaxed guy overall. And so when you look at what's going on, in the end, folks, it's all going to be about winning, about developing, about actual, production. None of this stuff that they write about, whether it's the Belichick way or if he does this way and he does this his way, and, none of that means anything. In the end, are you coaching players? Are you getting them prepared? Is the question. And then, are you getting the results? Because that's the most important part, is getting the results. And can you get the results? And you have to do what Romeo Crennel couldn't do, what, I forgot the guy that went to Notre Dame. You know who I'm talking about. Just all these other coaches. I mean, Matt Patricia now in his first year won 5 games. Everybody that's left that tree has not been able to become a good head coach. And I don't know if I wonder sometimes if Belichick doesn't do enough to prepare his coaches to be head coaches. Because you look at Andy Reid, and his coaches seem to be better prepared to make that transition. And Patriot coaches, hell, they don't even talk to the media. So they don't really learn how to be in front of the media. You know what I'm talking about? And so then they look at Patricia. He's a mess in front of the media. And so he's got to get this thing, he's got to do what the other guys couldn't do. And he's got to prove to people that he can do what the other guys couldn't do, is get results. Charlie Weiss, by the way, was the brain-farted name that I forgot. But every guy that's left that tree has not been able to have success. I mean, Mike Vrabel might be the most successful one with last year's Tennessee team. That's about it. Okay, so we'll find out. We'll find out if Flores, it's not so much about the style, it's about the results. And that's it. And look, we've talked about this in the last, couple of months if you've been listening to the show. And like I've told many people over and over again, most head coaches don't survive expansion. Most head coaches don't survive rebuilds. So there shouldn't be a surprise that Brian Flores does not survive this. In fact, I'll be pleasantly surprised, because I don't want them to change coaches. I would love for Brian Flores to be the guy. I would love for them to stay with the same guy that develops the foundation and can grow with it as a playoff team. That, my friends, would be awesome in a perfect world. Now, is that going to happen? I doubt it very much. I really do. I doubt it. It's just hard. It's hard to survive a rebuild. He would have to make some incredible strides over the next couple of years. And so far, he doesn't have a proven quarterback yet. As much as I like what I've seen from Rosen, I can't say he's there. He doesn't have an established defense. He doesn't have an established offense. So he has got to build this entire thing from scratch. And I can already tell you what he did with Kenny Stills, I don't think he did the right thing there. I think he didn't handle it the right way. So we're going to find out how he's going to handle this situation and all kinds of other situations. Because he's going to be tested over and over and over again. Freddie Kitchens is in a much harder place than Brian Flores. Do you know why? Because Freddie Kitchens is basically, I know this is technically his second year because he took over as an interim coach last year. So this is like technically his first year as the official head coach, but he's going to like in his second year. Problem is, the Browns are loaded. They've got some talent. They've got a young quarterback and a quarterback that's already proven a little something. So now they've got expectations. So he's a young coach with a lot of characters on a team and expectations, and he's got to juggle it all and get the results. And in Cleveland, if they don't get the results, you got players that are going to run their mouth because Baker Mayfield's not going to keep quiet. Odell Beckham's not going to keep quiet. Jarvis Landry's not going to stay quiet. I mean, they got guys out there that are going to express themselves. They got characters out there. And so that's going to be a challenge for Freddie Kitchens. And he can be in the hot seat immediately. Like with Brian Flores, you really can't put him into the hot seat until next year. Next year, you're into, November, December, and it's another terrible year, and you don't see any improvement anywhere. You can start saying, hey, is this the guy? Do we go into it with, year 3 or what? What do we move on? You know what I mean? So this is going to be just one hell of a challenge. And so it's a challenge that there's a good chance that Brian Flores is going to fail and fail miserably in this challenge because it's hard. Because almost everybody that's part of an expansion or a rebuild is just a stepping stone. Renee Latchman was a stepping stone for Jim Leland. Ron Rothstein was a stepping stone for Lockery. It's just the way it is. And when you start building a team, you get to a point where you say, okay, you can take us to this point. We got to go get the guy that's going to get us over the hump. And that, my friends, is the challenge for Brian Flores. So it's not really about what he does like or unlike Bill Belichick. It's what kind of results can he get? Can he get the results like Belichick or close to it? Can he turn the team into a winner? It's a lot like the Marlins and Derek Jeter. And to Derek Jeter's credit, okay, and I don't give Derek Jeter a lot of credit, but as an owner, by the way, as a player, I got nothing but love for the guy. But as an owner, I'll give him credit here. He says it more than anybody else. He understands he will be measured on results. And he understands he's not getting the results. They've lost, I don't know, what is it, 25 of 27 games. They're 47-84 now. They're headed for another 100-loss season. And so they've got to get results too. It's the same thing. He can talk about, we're going to start the game earlier next year at 6:40, and the other article is it Jordan McPherson, I think, wrote it today in the Miami Herald. Hey, listen, I keep up with the Marlins, okay? I know we don't talk a lot about it, but I keep up with them. They're my team. I love the Marlins. I don't have a lot of hope for them right now, but what can I do? But in the Jordan McPherson article, where Derek is, I think, also quoted about the results and all that, but in the end, You know, in the article, they talk about how they've built the minor league system and how it's one of the better minor league systems. That's all well and good. That's nice, dude. But it means nothing whatsoever. Nothing. Because until you prove to me that you can develop those minor leaguers into big-time major leaguers, and then you prove to me that you're willing to sign some of those major leaguers as a core to your team, none of it means anything. Because you got to get the results on the major league field, not the minor league field. Doesn't mean anything to me that you got a bunch of good minor leaguers. Doesn't mean to me anything that you won the single A title or double A title or triple A title. None of it means anything to me. And in fact, let me tell you something. There is one subject that's extremely tiring about the Marlins. Bragging about anything minor league. I'm like tired of I'm tired of watching a minor league team in the majors, and I'm tired about talking about prospects and the farm system and all that. I've heard that for decades now with the Marlins. Show me that you're committed to winning. Show me that you can get results. Show me that you can keep a core of players around. Show me you can give kids a guy they can grow up with for the next 10 to 15 years that they can hang their hat on and say, that's a real Mr. Marlin. Not the conjured up Mr. Marlin that we have with Jeff Conine. A guy that came, left, came back. Come on, man. You know, you want an identity? Stay here. Keep him here for a long time. You know, that way you can identify with Dwayne Wade and Zach Thomas. That's where I give the Panthers credit. We're going to see a couple guys here for a long, long time. You're going to see Barkov here retire in a Panthers uniform pretty much. He's going to play his career here and retire and hopefully put his number up in the rafters. Trocheck will be that. And kids are growing up with those guys now. And those guys start getting results, look out. That should happen this year. So that's where, in the end, doesn't matter what Brian Flores says or does or how he does it or who he copies or what identity he has. The Marlins, it doesn't matter to me what kind of minor league system you have. It doesn't matter to me what time you start a game. For Brian Flores and for Derek Jeter, it's about getting results, man. That's what it's all about. Get the results for me. That's what I want to see. I want to see my Dolphins become contenders. I want to see my Dolphins actually challenge the Patriots year in and year out. Not once every 20 years that they challenge the Patriots. No, year in and year out. I want to see a team that matches wits with the Patriots. I want to see a team that drafts and develops and can find players and coaches like the Patriots. And in baseball, well, if you want to compete with the Yankees and you want to compete with the Dodgers and the Houston Astros and the Atlanta Braves and all these other teams, well, you need the draft and you need to sign your core. It's funny because the story, what was it, a week ago? Should they extend Don Mattingly? Does it really matter at this point? I don't even think much of Don Mattingly as it is as a manager. I wasn't a fan of Don Mattingly, the manager. Not. I don't think he's anything special. I wasn't impressed with Don Mattingly in the Dodgers. Why would I be impressed with him now? But what the hell do you have there now at this point? It's not like you have anything special, and you're not going to get a good manager to come in here because there's no proof of commitment. So, again, more waste of space, more waste of time. Oh, we'll move up the start time to 6:40. Should we bring back Don Mattingly? We have a great minor league system. Oh, please, I don't want to hear about any of this crap. Show me that up above you're actually really committed. That's what I want to see. All right, 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105. We're coming to you live from Choice Mortgage Bank, as you can see there on the screen. For those of you that now are listening on the podcast, you can check them out at choiceMortgageBankInc.com and call Michael Kodsey at 561-441-2730. That's 561-441-2730. They can get you into a fixed mortgage rate under 3%. Also, we're gonna talk to Michael in a minute here. He's going to join us, talk a little sports, have a little fun with him, since we got that going on. And we'll be out here. We're here for about another 30 minutes, folks. And then the podcast, we will wrap up Thursday's edition. Tomorrow, if you're in the area, come on by to Hialeah Park. We're going to be out there at Hialeah Park Casino. We'll be in the second floor poker room. And I'm sure we're going to need the light over there at Hialeah Park. Yeah, it's dark. It's dark. It'll help out. It'll help out. That thing's good, man. That was a good call on your part. We definitely needed it because it helps out here. And I think tomorrow we're going to need it because it's darker. Because you're up against a wall and then the light is coming in from that door, so it kind of darkens on your end because the light's on that way and it's just, you're behind a dark wall. It sucks. I'm telling you that part. You'll see it, but with that, it's going to look really, really good tomorrow. We'll be able to do that. So, couple things. We're going to play some Gruden sound for you in a few minutes that you're going to actually laugh at because it's good stuff there. And, I think he needs a better chair than that one. Yeah, you're going to have to move that one out because he's a big dude, Michael Kodsey. Again, 561-441-2730. If you want to get in on the program, that's 561-441-2730. If you want to get into a fixed mortgage rate under 3%. And I know my man Michael is pumped up 3.5. I'm sorry, 3.5. Yes. Let's advertise correctly here. Let's make sure we give them the right info. I know my man Michael Kodsey is pumped up about the Dolphins season, which is really cool. I know that. You're looking forward to the Dolphins season, right? You're not expecting a lot of wins, but you were telling me that the Rosen kid has actually shown you a little something.
I like his guts, and I think the Finns. I'm a contrarian.
Right.
I think the Finns are going to go 10-6.
What the hell's wrong with you?
11-5.
Come on.
I think so.
Come on. He's a comedian now, by the way. He's going to be at the Improv. Is it Palm Beach Improv?
Booked in Vegas.
Booked in Vegas? Okay. All right. I love it. But but you and I were talking about this, and you were talking about Rosen's guts. I like him, man. I think at least now I finally have like some, you know me, I wasn't ever a believer in 17. I was never going to believe in Tannehill. But this kid, I finally have a little hope in Josh Rosen. I finally feel like you're going to be able to have a chance now at that quarterback spot.
He's gutsy. He's young. You got to give him a chance. He's in the league, 1 year?
Yeah, right, a terrible year.
He's 1 year.
Yeah.
He wasn't with a strong, fantastic organization that doesn't develop quarterbacks. So,
talking to the mic. When you go off mic, it's they can't hear you as
sorry
well.
About that. I'm new at this.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, I'm cautiously optimistic is what I'm going to say.
Yeah,
concerning
and
the
then
quarterback
that's
position with both quarterbacks. They're both gutsy. I think they're going to be a decent 1-2 punch. And they'll both have opportunities.
I think every Dolphin fan is always cautiously optimistic. Unless you're the blind-ass fan that you're gung-ho about everything, it doesn't matter. They sign Fitzpatrick, you think you're going to win 15 games. They sign Sue, you think you're going to go undefeated. You know, the blind-ass fan is always to the extreme. But the other one is, and I was just talking a little bit about it, is the Panthers. That is this.
Now that I could talk to you about. A lot.
No, but I mean, Q's going to put him over the top, and the goaltender.
They have a Hall of Fame coach that they got in the offseason. They have Bobrovsky, who is arguably one of the best goaltenders in the league. Their forwards are deep. The concern I have is the depth of their defensemen. So I suspect they'll make the playoffs this year, and this is the year that they have to make the playoffs because right now we don't have a great sports organization down here. So and I've said this many times on your show in the past. They have to capitalize right now to earn the fans.
Oh, you're talking about around town.
Not only around
that's
town,
down. Okay.
but I think the key to their success is to get out the gate fast.
Yes.
Not to be like last year, down 10 games, 12 games. They have to get out
Typical
fast.
Panthers.
Yeah.
Typical
They have to get out the
Panthers
gate
that
fast.
they're in the hole and then they got to try to climb themselves out and then they run out of gas trying to climb out of that hole.
And it's happened year in and year
Oh,
out.
my
and
Lord.
It's just not good enough. And that's not the way you want to start. They got to go out the gate fast and stop chasing.
Yeah. Did you like the fact that they're some of their free agent acquisitions outside of the goaltender, of course?
They got some depth role players.
On
They got
defense.
On defense, they got Strawman. He is in the Tampa Bay Lightning organization. He's a defensive defenseman, veteran defensive defenseman. They picked up Akari from the Bruins. He's a third, fourth line checker. They picked up, it's escaping me now. Oh, they picked up Brett Connolly, who won the Stanley Cup. He's a veteran with the Capitals, who also played for the Lightning as well. So they picked up some depth players, but the more exciting part is the youth they have that's coming up. They have a lot of youthful players in the farm system that could crack the lineup.
Yeah, and it's up to Q now to maximize those guys,
100%.
and I think that's what's going to happen now. Now I think you're going to see our young guys actually play up to snuff because Q's not going to take any crap, and every one of those guys knows who they're being coached by. So like, there's no discussion, no arguments, no questions. Do what Quenneville says and shut the hell up.
Exactly. So I'm really excited about that. And like I said, if they get out the gate fast and they have the solid goaltending, which we didn't have last year, we'll be okay. So I suspect they'll be in the playoffs. It's a tough division. That's the only negative issue we have. I mean, they're going to be playing against the Capitals and the Lightning, and those are strong teams. And
Yeah.
Bruins. I mean, that's a really tough division. But I think they'll pull it off. I think they'll make the playoffs this year. That's my prediction.
Okay, all right. Let's see if they do get it done. It would be really, really nice if they're able to. I think they'll get to the playoffs for sure this year. They have to. They have to.
I would say that they'll make the playoffs this year. They're a few points shy last year, and I think they're a better team this year, and they have better goaltending. So.
All right. Let's see, man. Let's see if they can
come
get
out
it
the
done.
gate fast, and I keep saying that, but that's going to be critical. They have to win early and not play catch up.
And they'll
not
have
that kind of a team.
And they'll have a little competition from the Heat this year because they added Jimmy Butler. So Miami will have a shot at actually making the playoffs this year. I don't think they'll do much in the playoffs, but at least they'll have a shot at getting in as a 7 or 8 seed, something like that, with Jimmy Butler. It's unlike the Summers are going to change next year. The Marlins will never see the light of day ever. I mean, they rarely do. But next year when Inter starts, forget it. It's over. Nobody's going to care about baseball. Everybody's going to get on soccer. Whereas on winter, the Panthers have got a real shot at making a real impact in this town, kind of like what happened in the mid-'90s. The only thing is it will never get to that point because we got a bunch of European kids. They're not as good at selling the game as the other guys that we had back in the mid-'90s. We had characters in the mid-'90s. We had personalities.
A lot of veteran players, and also the rink, the arena was situated in downtown Miami. It's not in downtown Miami right now. It's in Sunrise, and that's not. I don't think that's beneficial. I mean, it's a great facility, easy to get to, but it's not as heavily populated as if you were situated downtown Miami.
You win, they'll pack it, bro.
And that's the other
That's
thing.
how it is with us.
That's what I mean. Winning in the beginning stages, you'll earn the fans. They'll have some belief. They'll have something to, let's face it, the Dolphins are not going to have unfortunately, they're not going to have a great season. So this is the time they have to capitalize, and the fans will get excited. They'll show up to games. It's not a very expensive venue to go to anyways.
Right.
It's affordable for the family, as you know. They have $5 beer nights. Where could you get $5 beers at a stadium?
Right.
The tickets are inexpensive. They're doing a lot of promos. So, like I said, if they, and I keep repeating myself, if they win early, the fans will show up. and now you're building a snowball, and God willing, they make the playoffs, which I believe they will. They have the characters, they have the depth, they have the coaching, they have the best, arguably the best coach in the history of the game. They have right now the number one goaltender, arguably, or the top 3 goaltenders in the game, and they're very deep with forwards. And the defensemen are good, not as deep, but strong. It's always about the hot goaltender in the NHL, as you know. If you have a hot goalie, they can carry.
All right, and well, listen, something carrying your business is the Feds lowering the rates, so that's helped out.
Yes, that's been very good.
So we got people out there. Yeah, we got people out there looking to refinance. Maybe they want to get out of that bad deal they've got in place right now. Maybe they want to stop renting because you're throwing money away. What do they got to do, man?
Well, to your listeners out there, if you are renting for $1,000, $1,200, $1,400, $2,000, $1,500 a month, it's really silly.
You got to turn that off. We're hearing it.
Yeah. It's really silly because fixed rates are in the threes. These are historical World War II rates. So now's the time to lock in and to lock into a fixed rate, an affordable rate, and to pay less than what you're paying for rent, and you build equity, and you're not paying your landlord, and you could improve your property, which of course is a benefit in itself, and more importantly, there's a lot of tax benefits. So if you're on the fence right now is the time to buy, and if you have equity in your home and you want to lower your interest rate, it's never been a better time than this week.
Right.
Than this week. So
why this week?
Because the Fed's lowered rates. The 10-year note is at an all-time low, and now's the time to lock into a low fixed rate and to consolidate debt. If you have credit card debt, if you want to make home improvements, now's the time to pull the equity out of your house and to maximize and pay off, high interest rate credit cards. Now's the time if you want to add your pool, if you want to improve your home, it's ideal time to do that right now. Or to get or for hurricane preparations, for the shutters, for the generator. To strengthen the property, maybe your roof. Now's the time to get your roof fixed, because this is hurricane season. Now's the time, like I said, if you have the equity in your home, right? Now's the time to do that.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, bro. And that's the thing that if people have debt now, they've got credit card debt. This is a great time right now to take advantage of all of this.
Orlando, it's the best time right now, and I'm not just saying that. Right now is the best time to lock into a 30-year fixed rate under 4%. I have 15-year fixed rates in the threes. If you want to lower your term, now's a good time to do it. If you want to get a reverse mortgage from some of your listeners that are 62 and over and have equity, now's a great time to get a reverse mortgage. If you have sophisticated tax returns and you don't think you qualify, or if you're stuck in limbo with your bank, call me. 561-441-2730. Call me. I answer my phone. I do not work banking hours.
No.
I work on the weekends after hours. You're watching the Dolphin game. How many games? We watched the Super Bowl. I was taking phone calls.
Oh, yeah, you were taking phone calls. Yeah.
So I'm happy to do it, or I'll text you back that I can't talk to you now, and I'll call you in an hour or so.
He's usually on with another customer when you called in. That's probably what it is, okay? Because that's not – the dude is on the phone all the time. I'm telling you, call him, 561-441-2730. I've had listeners for the last 9 years that are in way better shape now because they called this gentleman and the incredible staff that they have in these offices, okay? Because, again, these are ginormous and beautiful offices. And why? Because they've come through for a lot of people in South Florida. So Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Monroe County, I don't care where you live, man. I'm telling you, you've got to call
By the way,
guy.
we're approved in the whole state of Florida. We're approved in Colorado, California, North Carolina, New Hampshire, Maine. If you have a home, second home in any of those states.
We got people listening all over, man.
Right. So if you have a second home in North Carolina, or if you're from California or from Colorado, we could help you. We're approved in about 6 states. And on top of that, if you have a checkered past with regards to your credit, let's assume you had a short sale, it's happened, foreclosure, we ignored that. We have common sense underwriting. So that's really important for your listeners.
And military veterans, too. You've got those programs zero down.
100% financing, Orlando, for the vet. So that for that vet that's paying $1,500 a month, he could own a property for $1,500 a month. No money down. That's 0% financing. So we have the programs. We'll hold your hand. We'll set you up with a real estate agent. We'll hold your hand through the closing. We know the appraisers. We know the closing agents. We know the attorneys. And we most likely know your realtor. We've been in business for 25 years. Good standing. So I'm proud of that.
There you go. Michael Kotze, baby. Give him a ring. 561-441-2730. Rates and terms subject to change. Daily without notice. Equal housing lender. NMLS 166254. Choice Mortgage Bank. Did I get it right? Did I get it right?
You got it right.
There you go. All right, Michael. Thank you as always, my
you.
brother. You're a stud. Make sure you call him. You're seeing it right there
My
on the
phone's ringing
picture.
right now, so
right
let's,
there. So there you go. Choice Mortgage Bank, baby. It's a beautiful thing. Call him. All right. Let's play a little John Gruden. John Gruden, as you guys know, we've got Hard Knocks going on with the Raiders. And so he's got this thing about, knock on wood if you're with me. So yesterday I'm watching the NFL Network, and they did a piece on this whole thing, going back with all of this crap because he does it all the time.
Take that son of a with you. Boof! They don't seem to like it. Let's pound the ball right up their knock on wood if you're with me, man. All right? That's just good NFL preparation when you're practicing against your own team in shorts. All right? We're going to practice in shorts again. Knock on wood if you're with me. All right? We got to stay hot. We got to keep putting wood on the fire, man. Knock on wood if you're with me, okay? Don't shove sand up the fleas in there. Knock on wood if you're with me. Do not cut your pants. Knock on wood if you're with me. Make sure we're clear on that. Are we, men? You guys like it? You guys love it or like it? It's good stuff. Are you with me, everybody? Knock on wood? Knock on wood if you're with me there, man.
There you go. There you go. That is John Gruden. That is too funny. That knock on wood stuff is going to get so old so quickly. Okay? Again, let's go back to Brian Flores. Let's go back to Derek Jeter. It's all about results. And if you don't get the results, you are not going to have people on your side. And there ain't going to be anybody knocking on wood.
I got an idea.
Or actually, this is wood. They actually got real wood here.
You got all those chunks of dolphin wood.
Yes.
You take one of those and smack them upside the head
Yeah.
like that. You got some wood.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, listen, this guy, I can't wait to see this whole thing because it's going to be just an absolute train wreck. There's no doubt.
This 10-year contract, how long do you think he lasts?
Parliament Funkadelic for tomorrow has been canceled due to weather forecast. The Rolling Stones Hard Rock Stadium show for Saturday, August 31st has now been moved to tomorrow night, Friday, August 30th. All tickets will be honored for the new date. There will be no opening act. Thank the Lord, no Juanes. That means, because they want to get on stage quicker, to get off stage quicker. I love it. Freaking Juanes! And there's the crackle. When I went loud, it crackled. Yeah! It's crackling.
What? Well, that's you just being overmodulated.
Yeah,
Bring
that's
them
all.
down.
There you go. No Juanes.
What are you hitting on Juanes for?
Because I don't want to watch Juanes while I'm at a Rolling Stones concert.
What's wrong with Juanes?
It doesn't go.
What are you talking about? He's a rock singer.
It doesn't go. It's just it's lame.
What was the other band that's opening up some of the other shows? They had a real act.
Yeah, they had like really good acts. They had who was it though? They had somebody else. Anyway,
Juanes kicked an old woman down a flight of steps. Like he's all right.
Yeah. There will be no opening act. Doors will open at 6 p.m. and the Stones will go on at 8:30. So there's the news. How about that? So Parliament Funkadelic. Damn, I miss George Clinton. I hope he comes back. This is his last go-around, dude. That sucks. And I knew that something was going to happen with the Stones, but this is really good that they're moving it up a day. At least I get to go party with the Stones
Friday, you're gonna
tomorrow.
be fine. That thing's not even past the Turks and Caicos at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Friday I'll be fine.
I got to give Carlos props.
Why?
He said the Stones are going to do everything they can to get that show. They want to collect that check.
Yeah, no, and not only that, they don't want to come back here because it's
Right.
just the logistics of it. It's a pain in the ass for Miami because then they got to drive back out of here. Unless you were just getting on a plane and going to Europe, and then you're loading the plane and you're out of here. You're Iron Maiden, you don't care.
This would be their furthest south show, unless they're down in South America. You know, this is their Furthest South show.
Right.
And if not, you know, then they're over in another continent.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's probably it. That's probably the case. So there you go. That's the news. So at least I'll be able to see 2 out of the 3 concerts. But you know what? How about Puddle of Mud and DMX? Am I going to be able to see? I was supposed to go to 4 straight concerts starting tonight. Okay? Feel sorry for me. I may only get 2 out of 4. That's just wrong.
With your bad ears, I don't know if you need 4 concerts.
Yeah, my ears were good. See, I told you it was people even chimed in on the text saying they heard it too. Okay, and the Puddle of Mud concert is closer to the storm because it's up in Meisner, so you're going more north. So they're going to cancel that one for sure. That one's Sunday. That's in the middle of the storm, so that one's done. So at least we get to see B-52's Berlin OMD tonight, and then the Stones tomorrow. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Although I really wanted to. I've never seen Puddle of Mud live, man. I want to see them. I like them. DMX, I know I would have had to wait 7 to 8 hours to see his ass. And then somebody else is in that concert too, actually. There's a third party in that concert that's pretty good. And Method Man. Method Man is there. So that's a pretty good show.
The other one, Montel Jordan.
Yeah, that's
James
tomorrow
night.
That's tomorrow night. That's probably canceled. Oh, no. It's probably going on. If the Stones one, that one's at James all night. That's inside. Yeah. They'll probably keep that one going. Maya, Montel Jordan, I forgot who else is in it, but yeah, they got a couple of acts.
I have to say, by moving up a day, everybody's preparation time just got cut. Like if you're going to the concert tomorrow night.
What about the people flying in tomorrow morning for the concert? I'm sorry, not tomorrow morning. The people that were supposed to be flying in. No, it is Saturday, right? If you had your tickets to fly in Saturday morning to watch the concert Saturday night, now you find out the concert moved up, and now you've got to find a plane flight on Friday now.
StubHub.
Yeah.
StubHub.
Yeah, you're going to have to sell them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but, let me say this.
Now, will people get discounted tickets from the Stones? Will a lot of tickets go on sale, and some people want to avoid the weather because it is going to rain. You're going to get weather tomorrow. You're going to get wet. You're going to a concert, and I'm going to get wet. I'm on the floor. So I'm going to have to take a raincoat.
Like you were talking about the other day, like the Pink Floyd show?
Yeah.
The
Monsoon. Wow, that was a monsoon. I don't want to go through one of those again, bro.
It's about what it's going to be.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Like I saw them on Steel Wheels. I'm good. I don't have to see the Stones again.
I know. I've seen
I saw them when they were full Stones.
I've seen them.
Everybody was up there.
I've seen everybody too a couple times myself. So I've seen them about 4 times, but still, I want to see them again because this is probably the last go round. But
I really don't need to see there are certain bands that. Like they were talking about the whole
Mix
band.
in his mid-70s going to be soaking wet.
You know what I'm saying?
Risking that pneumonia?
They're talking Van Halen and having the original Van Halen. It's like, it's not Van Halen.
No.
It is.
Anyways, David talks the songs.
I don't need to see
it's
that.
It's terrible.
He can't jump in the air and do flips and stuff like that. That doesn't occur anymore.
Yeah, no. I don't care about the jumping. If he could at least sing, I would like that. That's all I want. He can't sing anymore.
We got that one. When they first got back together again, and they had that one that one stretch of tour that they did. That was cool. I was down with that. That was fine. They all came back together and they did one run, and that was good. And I'm good with that. I don't need to see. There are certain bands that age well. That's one that just doesn't age well.
No, they didn't.
I can remember the exact scene. They went off stage. David's sitting there talking, literally, telling a story for like 8 or 10 minutes, like. Literally from the crowd, hey Dave, shut up! Why don't you try singing? Blah, and then Eddie came out and did his solo, and it's like everybody got quiet, and Orlando said, "This is the only reason we're here."
Right, Eddie.
This is it.
Yeah,
these
that's
next
it.
10 minutes.
When I go to Halen concerts now, it's really just to see Eddie. That's all I'm really going to do. I don't really care about anything else. I know Alex Van Halen is a nice drummer and all that good stuff.
Oh, he's a great drummer.
But Eddie's the draw for me. That's the only reason, because I don't expect David to sing. So it's just one of those.
The man's like 70 years old now?
Yeah. No, but I mean, it's like.
Doesn't got the pipes anymore.
Vince Neil can't sing either.
No.
It's terrible. And you know what? Lionel Richie. I don't know if he was sick that night, but he couldn't sing either the other
Really?
night. Yeah, when I
That's
saw him
one that surprises me.
Where the other night he did the talking. When a guy comes out,
Lionel just sits behind the
when a
piano.
guy comes out and tells everybody, "All right, look at the person left to your left. Look at the person to your right. All right, those are the people going to be singing tonight because you guys are going to join in with us tonight on all these great hits." And I'm like sitting there. I looked at my wife and I go, "Okay, he was an hour late. Something's up here." And then, sure enough, he was like
maybe
talking the songs or something.
That's when it surprises me because
I walked out after the third song. I was like, I cannot watch this.
I didn't get to see Phil Collins.
I
I don't
left.
know if his voice is still there or not.
No, it was. It's
Was
still
it?
there. Yeah, he still can sing. Yeah, definitely.
He
You know who
can't
can
move.
sing? David Coverdale cannot screech anymore.
No.
No more.
He's an older
No
guy.
more. No more. No
The
more.
fact that-
Lionel, I'll give him. Maybe he was sick that night because he was late for an hour. He had us waiting for an hour.
Possible.
You know, it was supposed to come out at 8, came out at 9, and we're like, what the hell is going on here? And then he comes out and he
I
pulls
mean, you
that
would figure
crap.
they might be like a modern day act and just like auto-tune themselves up there while they're
Yeah. And
they'll
just-
be fine.
Right, just rack
Go
up the
straight Milli
cash.
Vanilli and just go up there and just
Right.
like lip sync that sucker.
Yeah, you know.
I saw Milli Vanilli live. I was impressed.
You really? You saw them live?
I saw them live. I saw them when they came down here for the Club MTV tour. I didn't know that they were lip syncing because if they were, that is some serious musical skill by that band.
Yeah.
Because they all have to be on the click because they were playing. They were straight up for real playing. And Milli Vanilli, when they're not singing, are talking. Like they'll walk around and go Miami, and then they'll jump right back in right on time and hit, and then jump right back out of it. So their timing was dead on.
All right.
Practice.
You had no idea those guys were lip syncing at all. There was one point where they were singing "The Dream Is Over," and they brought two girls up from the audience, and they put them up on a park bench in the middle there. And so one was on one side, the other one's on the other side, and they're serenading them. And at a certain point, they picked up the park bench. One guy on one side, the other guy on the other side, picking up the two girls on the park bench and singing "The Dream Is Over" like this.
Yeah, but remember, they're really not singing.
They're really not, but they still talked in between.
Okay.
And so they're like as they're singing, they're like they'll sit there and say "just for you," and then they'll go right back and they're singing
So they're strong lip syncers.
So their act was dead on time. Like you could like that. Like look, granted, they're lip syncing. That took some skill to be able to pull that off, and to the point where I'm watching, and I'm not noticing the difference. I just thought man, their pitch is dead perfect. Like they're not wavering at all. Every note is dead on it, and I had to question it because every single time, I'm sitting there and I'm looking at their mouth and I'm looking at them as they're speaking, and they'll be talking we're here with Fob, and then boom, right back into the song again, and they're singing dead on, and they'll turn around, come on, hands up. And as if they are straight up performing. Their lungs are tensing up.
You didn't hear that crackle? You didn't hear that crackle right now? That's weird.
Their lungs are tensing up.
Oh, you know what it is? You're not connected here. That's what it is. So you're not.
Oh, it's the amp. So maybe it's the amp.
So you're not hearing it. That's
he's
what it
hearing
is.
what's going on over the board.
Right. He's not
that.
hearing here.
He's
That's
not
what it
hearing
is.
the amp. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, it says, Big O, how can I get me one of those Miami Dolphin engraved boards? Well, you could go tomorrow to Hialeah Park Casino. I'll take a few of them over there. So if you come out to Hialeah Park while they last, I will give you an engraved Miami Dolphins board with the logo. It's really cool. So come on out to Hialeah Park tomorrow. We'll be out there. We get there we'll be there by 11:30 setting up. So we'll be there from 11:30 till 4 o'clock. Remember, tomorrow's show is 3 hours. Okay. He also says, by the way, followed your advice and I ordered the cod liver oil about 2 weeks ago. Been taking it. It's great. Now I need to work in some of that fasting. There you go. And aloe. You
What
get
is
aloe too.
what is the cod liver?
Cod
oil?
liver oil is probably the thing that has changed my entire life. And it's the health benefits of cod liver oil. You've
So
got
assuming this is from a fish.
yes,
Okay.
Carlson's cod
Like it
liver
could be
oil.
just some dude's named Cod or something.
Yeah, no,
I'm
no.
getting to the heart of that.
No,
sucker.
it's legit cod liver oil. You get it at Vitamin Shop. It's in a green bottle.
Okay.
And it's
It's a special water
and
from Cape Cod.
and-
You know what I'm saying?
all right, so for
Good
those
for your liver. Cod liver oil.
for those people that have high blood pressure or issues with their heart or anything along those lines, you get this, and 2-3 weeks in, you will start to feel the.
Well, you're just taking shots?
Yeah, you take a tablespoon in the morning and a
Uh-huh.
tablespoon at night.
Okay.
That's what I do. Okay? And I'm telling you, cod liver oil will change your life. I'm telling you.
So what, like, does something for your metabolism? Like,
It does.
What does it do?
Read up on it. You'll see it change. It does so many things. It helps you in so many different ways. It's not even
I
funny.
remember that day you read that list. It was like, it's really all the 15, 20 things. It was
It's
crazy.
ridiculous.
It was amazing.
It's just ridiculous.
It's like
okay?
a cure-all.
It's a big bottle. Get the $44 bottle.
Right.
That lasts you about a month and a half. If you're taking maybe even 2 months, depends. And if you take it every day, like I'm telling you,
right?
You will. Any of you out there that you've had heart issues, you've had circulation issues, you've had you're dealing with stress all the time. I'm telling you, take cod liver oil. Cod liver oil
You
is
said it's triglyceride positive.
everything. Your
like everything,
triglycerides,
yeah.
your cholesterol will get shattered.
And what-
Shattered. If you have high levels of triglycerides and cholesterol, start taking cod liver oil, and that will lower it drastically.
I don't have high levels of cholesterol.
Well, that's good.
What was the aloe thing?
Well, aloe, it's pure aloe. It
Uh-huh.
comes frozen. I buy it at Post Haste Pharmacy, and I drink 6 ounces of it every day, 3 in the morning, 3 at night.
Well,
and
it's like
again,
a juice?
It's pure. Yeah, it's a pure aloe juice.
Okay.
Pure aloe. So it doesn't
Yeah,
taste
but
great.
But it's like
Doesn't taste
it's-
great. I
it's
just
like
want to
jelly-
warn you.
It's like jelly.
Yeah.
A liquidy jelly.
Yeah.
It's like yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
mix that thing with anything. You have to just straight knock it down.
No, you can mix it with fruit. Or
I'm sure you could.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
But
can.
I drink it straight down. I just take a shot glass. Those shot glasses that have it measured.
Yeah.
So I fill it up to the 3 ounces and boom, and then I take one in the evening, boom again, and again those two things alone.
What does that do?
Same thing. It eliminates fat from your body, lowers your triglycerides, lowers your cholesterol, all that stuff. It's also supposedly it kind of helps prevent from any cancer cells kind of sticking to you. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. So I'm telling you the benefits of all of that. If you look at me and you see the difference from where I was to now.
So in the morning,
part of that
I'm
is
assuming
helping.
you got all this stuff lined up and you're just boom, 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 going straight down the line.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Take my medicine. I take my medicine, wash it down with the cod liver oil.
Why can't they make that into a pill? Like what?
It's
what's
better.
it-
It's better that it's the oil, bro.
What is it?
goes
to-
directly.
No, but I'm
into
saying,
your
why
system.
can't you just make the oil into a pill, like one of
I'm
those
sure
gel
they do.
pills?
They do.
And then you could just pop those bad boys.
Yeah, no, but it's better. No, your body absorbs it a lot faster when it's liquid. It's better.
Saying keep the liquid in the gel.
No,
cap.
I get.
Yeah, you know what I'm
but
saying?
you can't get that much liquid in a gel cap.
So that's what I'm saying. Like you like say like you take like 10 of them, blah, and you just pop them out.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Okay.
He wants that super extra strength.
Just
cod
like
liver oil.
just like you would do like those Advil liquid gels.
Well, see, the thing is, the aloe comes frozen.
Oh.
And then you have to
Unfreeze it.
Right. You have to unfreeze it, and it doesn't last forever. You got to drink it within the month and a half, 2 months. You got to drink that gallon, okay?
Gotcha.
Because it'll get bad.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so
yeah.
if you start putting it in gel caps, then you start putting in preservatives. You start doing things to it that is not natural anymore.
And it doesn't get absorbed
Really?
by
There's
your
preservative
body
in
the
a gel
same.
cap? It just doesn't just go right into the gel cap.
If it needs to be refrigerated, my man, how the hell are you going to put it in a gel cap then?
No, you don't put your Advil in a fridge.
That's my point, because it doesn't need refrigeration.
Oh, I see, because
The
you're talking
aloe-
about it. Aloe, yeah.
The
okay,
real
I get it,
aloe
I get it.
needs freezing
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then refrigeration
No, that
for a
makes sense.
short time.
True.
4 months from now, that aloe's no good. So there's no way you can. Then you'd have to do things to it that you're not
Yeah.
getting pure. This is 100% aloe.
Like you just went outside and bit the plant.
Yes, exactly.
When you pour it out of the bottle, it like kind of comes out like
Gooey.
really thick, gooey.
It's like somebody pooed in
And
your
it's-
cup, is
it's
what you're
some
saying.
Yeah, it's gooey.
Yeah, it's some chunks.
It's
like,
gooey.
because and it just wow. I'm actually gonna drink that. You
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? Every day I drink it, and every day I say, oh, God. But then I know what it does, And it's like, dude, if you want me to drink a gallon of this a day, I'll do it.
What
if
is
I
it?
have
What
to.
do you do? Like 8 ounces, you said?
6 ounces.
6
3 in the morning,
ounces.
3 in the night.
And you just like grab that and just gawk, and it's gone in one.
What I do is
quick-
I drink the 3 ounces,
Right.
and I grab my medicine, and I have my cod liver oil, hit my medicine, and drink the cod liver oil, because the cod liver oil actually is not that bad. It has a little lemon flavor to it, so it doesn't. At this point, to me, it doesn't really taste bad. It's
Because your mouth has already been bombarded by all the other crap, so you're like, okay, this
So
is
it's
all right.
actually a good chaser, because it really just disappears. It just takes the aloe out and everything else, and you're like, okay.
Supposedly, cod liver oil is like horrible. Okay.
Not with
So
the-
that tells you how
Like
bad.
castor oil?
So that tells you how bad
But
the aloe is.
No,
okay?
but the little lemon that I add to it, it's not really that bad. Trust me, when you're drinking
Compared to the other
aloe,
stuff, yeah.
it's
You're comparing it to the other crap.
yeah, it's not bad. It really isn't that bad. Tomorrow we're going to be out at Hialeah Park, so come on out and join us. We'll be out there. We'll be out there by 11:30, preparing. We'll be in the second floor poker room. So come on by. We got a 3-hour broadcast tomorrow.
Gilligan show.
Yeah, exactly. So when we're out there, we do 3 hours. So come on by. I will bring some Miami Dolphin, what's it called, wood bricks. So we'll give some of those away if you want to join us out there for the broadcast. Again, I want to thank the folks that showed up yesterday at Dandy Donuts. Very nice of you. Today, obviously, we're at Choice Mortgage Bank. It's a little hard to show up here unless you want to meet the boys and the ladies out here and cut a deal at 40 Southeast 5th Street here in Boca. But seriously, call Michael Kodsey at 561-441-2730 if you want to refinance. You're looking to stop renting, call Michael Kodsey. Support our proud sponsors. They are supporting us here on this podcast so we can do it every single day, give you the radio show that you want, the one that you deserve. That's what we're trying to do. And we're trying to add some other features to the show. You're going to see it grow as we go on. You'll see all kinds of other elements that we're going to add to the show. It just, it takes a little time, but it hasn't even been a week yet. And considering it's a week, we have had one hell of a week. And once again, I thank you, okay, on behalf of Bill, on behalf of Carlos, and everybody working hard here, and all our proud sponsors. Thank you for downloading the show. Thank you for watching the show. We love you for supporting us. We'll see you tomorrow at Hialeah Park from 1 to 4 p.m. Have a great